Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Tiger, and today I really wanted to talk about one of the most iconic transformations out of all anime. That would be SSJ, otherwise known as the Super Saiyan form from the Frieza arc from DBZ. I've heard from multiple people that this is when Goku hits the planetary teal, which, in my personal opinion, isn't necessarily wrong, but it isn't necessarily right. I'm here to explain to you why he isn't just planetary in this form, he's actually much, much stronger. Alright, check it out. Back in the Saiyan arc, we're introduced to the Prince of all Saiyans, Vegeta. Vegeta at this point in time has a power level of 18k, and with this much power, he states himself that he's able to destroy the planet. This is probably one of the most important statements for, I guess you can say, the foundation of Goku's scaling. Especially we know that Vegeta definitely wasn't capping, knowing that the author also wrote this down in the data book. In this scene, Goku has a power level of 8k, and he times that by 3 by using the Kaioken, which means he was about 24k. During this altercation between the blast that was supposed to hit Earth, Goku stops it and matches its power, and eventually overpowers it by going Kaioken 4, which would mean 8 times 4, which would be 32. The reason why this is incredibly important is because by the time Goku heals up from his fight with Vegeta and gets to the planet of the Namex, he actually has a power level of much higher than just 32 within his base form. That means before he even goes to all the extra combat and even meets Frieza, he was much above just the planetary teal. And just to be more specific, by this time, it's estimated that his power level was about 60k, but later on, we find out it's about 85k, and this is before he even turns on his Kaioken. Main point, we definitely know that Goku, just in his base form at the beginning of the Frieza arc, should at least be around large planetary, and to be quite honest with you, that's really just lowballing it, knowing that it's also stated that Vegeta was stated to be stronger than his father when he was a kid, and we know that Vegeta had a power level at least 18k, meaning that King Vegeta had to have a power level lower, and he was already able to destroy a planet and 2 moons. I am aware that I'm pretty sure that scene isn't canon, but it still shows off the power either way, so I think it's still pretty valid to use the feat. And that feat by itself is calculated to be around dwarf star level. Main point, if Goku by this point is leagues above that power level, he should be reaching that star level, should be around dwarf star level. Pretty much and this is still base form, like, I haven't even hit the SSJ yet, so I think he's pretty impressive already. And one of the most important things before we get started with JJJ is that before this, we do find out that Saiyans are always able to get an amp when their life is basically on the line and they basically come back from death, which does happen in this arc, meaning that Goku, before he even hits SSJ, did get another huge amp. And it is confirmed in the Daishin, and for those who don't know what that is, that's basically the Dragon Ball data books. Basically, it is stated when he comes back and he's healed, he has a power level of 3 million. And before he gets that 3 million, he actually had a power level of 90k, which is stated in the data book, instead of the basic 85k I said earlier. What's truly impressive about this is that it means he got a 33 time amp when he got healed up. And before he got that 33 time amp, he should have already be in that large planetary dwarf star zone, so times that by that 33 times amp, he should already be around star level, realistically so. And after all that, he gets his SSJ form, otherwise known as Super Saiyan, and for those who don't know, that's also stated in the dialogue to be a 50 time amp on base, meaning that Goku had a power level 150 million and realistically should be leaning towards solar system level, which is honestly, to be honest, very consistent with the Force, knowing that the arc after this, we do go against Cell, and Cell states that he can destroy the solar system, which makes 100% sense. It's very consistent with his scaling in terms of raw power. But main point, SSJ Goku should 100% be large star level, leaning towards that solar system level 100%. And just to think that there is a Super Saiyan 2 form and a Super Saiyan 3 form that gives a much higher amp than just that 50 I mentioned earlier. Honestly, Goku is definitely one of those characters that have grown so much in the last 2 decades that I don't think anyone can honestly say they didn't expect it. But moving on to Goku's speed. When it comes down to his speed, it's quite interesting in my personal opinion, especially when it comes down to the first two arcs. Honestly, the best way to scale him, in my personal opinion, was probably scaling him off of Raditz. Raditz is able to dodge Piccolo's light beam death move or whatever. There is a calc for that I will leave in the description. Basically, I believe it leaves him at like 5% the speed of light or something like that. And basically, you just calc stack him from there. Goku gets multiple times stronger, and you just use those numbers and you just stack and stack and stack and stack. That's really just the best way to calc his speed, in my personal opinion. If you do all the calcs when you hit that Frieza arc, you should easily be in that FTL, FTL plus, maybe even in that MFTL zone. Main point, in the beginning of DBZ in the second arc, Goku should definitely be at least FTL after all the calcs, 100%. So Goku realistically should be around large star level, leaning towards solar system, FTL, FTL plus, just within the first two arcs of DBZ. And to think that later on in Dragon Ball Super, he gets much stronger, much faster, and he definitely surpasses this current form and just his base form. But that's a story for another time. Make sure to like, subscribe, and if you just like Dragon Ball content, hit that subscribe button. See you guys later. Peace.